What's good, people? What's going on? It's your boy Earn B, back on a special Wednesday. Shout out to my people, Steph, the Oracle. What's good, Steph?
What's up? Happy Wednesday. I got my official Wednesday shirt on.
Okay,
What's up? I don't know if
nice,
you hear me. I
nice.
can't hear
What's up
nobody.
to Dre? Dre, what up, Dirty? What's good?
What up? What up, bro? What's going on, man? Everything good?
And as you
Chilling.
see here, Party J's gonna have a peace sign probably for the next 45 minutes to an hour. What's good, Party J? God willing, he hears us. Well, while he gets back to us,
What just happened?
it's a long Wednesday. It's a long Wednesday already.
It's a long Wednesday. It's like the Monday of the day. Hump day.
Yo, it really is, yo.
Yo, this is crazy.
I don't know what's going on with him, but he'll be back to us. Shout out to Jay, aka Uncut Gems. Wednesday. I don't know if y'all noticed, but the weather's going backwards.
Oh my God. Yeah, for
Did y'all
sure.
notice that?
Yeah.
It was like
I woke-
40 degrees, but it felt like 30 yesterday.
Yeah, it was like 30 degrees this morning. I woke up. I was just like, Jesus Christ. I said, thank goodness I was in layers. I told my kids, put your hat on. Put a scarf. They're like, no.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, it's 30 outside. It's like, no, it's not. I'm like, check your phone. It's 30 degrees outside.
Nah, it was bad, yo.
Yeah.
Dre, you was good?
Yeah, I'm good, bro.
Weather didn't bother you?
Nah, I've been home.
Day off. You can't bother me on my day off, silly.
I'm inside my house.
Oh man. But yeah, so welcome back. Another great day, another great show. Today, excuse me. I said today. Before we start going off and talking our stuff, Steph, please let the people know where they can find us at. Reach out to us and talk to us if they want.
Absolutely. So, guys, you know that we're here on Restream and we're live on either Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on the schedule. We're talking about your shows, music, we're talking about pop culture, we're talking all that stuff. So, if you guys want to check us out, we're on Facebook, we're on X, we're on Threads, we're on IG, we're on YouTube, we're on Twitch. And you can also find us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Again, if you want to be a host, you want to collaborate, hit us up on IG. Let us know. Check out our website. We're all working on our pod page, and you can also check us on Linktree. We got all the information, contact information. Let us know. Come on. Stop playing.
Stop playing, yo.
Stop playing.
Speaking of pop culture, real quick, hey, I don't know if it's like literally a fact, but did you know Michael Jackson at his time, at his prime, did you know he had like 4.8 billion fans?
No. I mean, it's feasible.
Look,
that's like Beatle numbers.
That's past Beatle numbers.
Right? That's past Beatle numbers?
At that point.
I mean,
4.8 billion people know you?
That
Like,
Who-
damn.
who's another famous person that has that many fans?
I'm trying to think.
OnlyFans?
No. The Lord.
The Lord.
Not my Lord, your Lord, everybody's Lord.
She
The
said
Lord.
the Lord.
The Lord.
Whoever reps him.
Whoever reps him, exactly.
Yo, but yeah, after that, right? Who else is there?
Who else,
It's
right?
like,
Jeez.
well, of course, Allah. Don't forget.
Don't forget.
Buddha,
A
but
lot of them.
in a physical form.
Right,
Did you say
exactly.
it's not my boo? I thought you said it's not my boo. Oh my God. Not my boo. This is not my boo. But listen, that's crazy. Just to throw that out there. 4.8 billion fans. If it's true, that's just ridiculous, yo. That's crazy.
It's feasible. It's Michael Jackson. Jackson.
Could you live in a world where 4.8 billion people knew you at one point?
Absolutely.
You'd
Why
be
not?
good.
Yeah,
you can't go outside and chill. It's over.
If 4.8 billion people knew me, my ass is staying in my house.
In the house.
In the house.
Or top security.
If I have developed that much fans and that much money, I should be perfectly happy in my property.
Yeah.
My man built a whole circus. He built the whole farmland. He's fine, chilling. He's no longer with us,
why.
But now we know why. But
now we know why he needed a monkey. He needed a kangaroo. Like, I was trying to feel like, why you need that? Your family, but you can't leave your home.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's
Oh,
it's a toss up. It's a toss up.
that's a
It's a toss up.
great show. But let's get to it though. So tonight we got a lot going on tonight. Before we get to the entree, we got to start, you know, with the before. What's that called? I said the before. I said entree, and we got to start with the before. I don't know what's that called right now, but my mind.
Appetizer.
There it is. I
Oh,
said
The
there-
before.
hors d'oeuvres.
there-
The hors d'oeuvres. Yeah, I'm just
There
having
it
an
is.
hors d'oeuvre right now.
I just had I had a frozen the before. Let's start with the before stuff first. Look at Dre. Dre
Before the
and the
entree.
snacks. Oh my god, yo.
Chips Ahoy.
So as usual, there's a lot coming out. Like we can't even keep up no more.
Yeah, we can't.
Like we really can't.
But
There are
it's a good
movies that
thing.
came
That's what
out
keeps
and
us
we didn't know.
entertained.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm not mad at it. So
Me neither.
let's start with you, Steph. Let's talk about it.
Sure.
What are you watching right now?
I just finished over the weekend Adolescence. It has been in the news, breaking news, just in terms of the story itself, the way that it's been directed, the way it's been shot, and scenes and stuff like that. It's on Netflix. It's a 4 part series, limited series, and I don't want to give any spoilers, but if you haven't seen it already, my man was guilty from the get. I already knew, so I'm just throwing it out there. But I think what's so good, I'm just saying.
I'm not,
But I think what's so
I'm not gonna
compelling
throw no
about the
spoilers.
story, yeah, I'm
Uh-huh.
just like, my man's guilty.
It
I,
is.
I
It
already.
is. Right.
Little ass demons, yo.
What happened?
Little ass demon.
It's a
Little.
little ass demon. What are you saying?
I don't think murder is little.
That motherfucker's little.
No.
Right. He little, but man, he got big demons inside that soul.
You know what it is too? The story is so compelling because it was inspired by true life stories that were happening across the world, and so many deaths and so many young men have been going through things, and I think a lot of it has been exasperated by COVID. Being isolated, not being able to be with your friends and try to figure how you're growing up in such a enclosed environment, and then now it translates to like now people are just bullying, and it's just it kind of transcends like mimicking what is going on, but it doesn't excuse you for murder. Like that to me
No.
is just
No.
we got to find ways to to express our feelings. We need to learn how to talk to people, and a lot of this was based on the parents. They felt so guilty that they didn't know that he was this type of person, and I kind of relate to that because I feel like if I don't ask the right questions, am I not on top of him? Do I look through his social media? So there's so many different things from a perspective from a parent that made me feel and made me think, and I'm like, geez, am I doing enough? And it showed that they had 2 separate children. They had, an older daughter and a younger son. The daughter was, fine, normal, whatever. And then another one was not. So they was living in the same household, same parents. And it's just very interesting just to see the story unravel. And the boy, I apologize that I don't know his name, but from the scenes that he was the center of the attention. He took over, and I admire that for him for such a young age to do that and to pull me in, like
Got you.
to pull me in. And I think it was just such an amazing story, and it was really compelling. And I think that every parent, or not necessarily a parent, but everybody should have an opportunity to watch it and understand the story and how it mirrors the way things are going now. So it's a really compelling story. I really enjoyed it.
It's one of those things where you realize how much you don't know your kids.
It's a very sad reminder.
Because it's a two-sided. It's a 2 sides to every coin. You see them at home. You see how they are at home, but now you don't see how they are in school. And the majority of the time, that's where they learn a lot of things in school with their peers and their friends. So I guess it's something that a lot of parents have to get involved in. Ask questions.
That's all you could do.
Yeah.
That's all you could do. Don't forget to hug them. I mean, bother them with love, so they could be like.
And don't forget to beat them when they act up.
That too. Get them straight. Don't listen.
Yeah, but sometimes the beatings could turn into other things and be like, oh,
yeah, but you don't have to.
Dad used to beat me too much. Now I'm a killer.
Yeah, that's an excuse, man.
That's an excuse. You
That's
could
it.
get smacked up. I got
Unless you're
smacked
beating
up a
a
few
kid every
times.
day.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right.
I get smacked
Unless
up
you're
to,
beating
yeah,
a kid
put you
every
in
day.
line. Nah.
Right. Right. Like, when I start to around I don't know about y'all, but I got those whippings right around 6, 7. When I knew I messed up. Like I could look back to when I messed up really bad, broke a vase and stuff like that. Like, yeah, I did that. Got my butt whooped. Like, you know what I mean? Why were you touching it? I don't know. I'm a kid. So whack, 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 whack. Oh, okay. Don't touch that no more. Clear.
Yeah,
You
but
know what I mean?
again, I can see what Andre was saying, that how we all have shared trauma. Like we all got our
Right.
asses beat,
Oh yeah,
and then
grandma,
now it's,
grandma.
yeah,
Hmm.
but now it's like, do I do the same for my kids? And it's like we're trying to do that differently. We're trying to steer away from that. We're trying to increase communication and try to parent differently, because we're different people than from our
Okay.
generations. So.
Right.
But it kind of,
And then
this movie kind of highlighted that, and it just kind of makes me look inside. I'm like, inward. I'm like, am I doing what I
mm,
could? Am I doing the
mm,
best? Do I need to do more? But
mm.
a lot of guilt, a lot of guilt, and
Yeah, but you guys shouldn't be guilty because your kids are doing fine. You're doing everything you're supposed to do. Because at the end of the day, we've heard these stories before. You know, um, Kid, boy, girl, brought up in a beautiful home, and yet they went extremely left. And you're just like, and nobody knows what happened. Even the kid didn't tell you, like, this is what happened. So it goes down to thinking about, was the kid bipolar? And we never knew. Does it run in your family being bipolar?
was
Because
there
then you
something
start
else
hearing these
going
stuff.
on? Right.
Right. Yeah. So, just like, when I had that heart issue, I didn't know clotting was in my family till it happened. Then it's like, oh God, now you tell me. So it's a lot of information we still don't know about ourselves, about our family now. Just happy to be here. But I get what you guys are saying, man. I could, I'm not a parent, so I could only imagine. Every day, y'all gotta be on it. You know what I mean? So yeah. But shout out to Owen Cooper. He's the young man that played Jamie Miller in Adolescence. Um, and we've been talking about this before. We mentioned it. This kid might get an Emmy. He
I
might get
mean,
that Emmy.
if it's not for the cinematography, if it's not for the storyline, if it's not for the music,
Mhm.
I mean,
Right.
what else can
We'll
we
be
go with?
shocked. Right.
Yeah.
We'll be ultra shocked if that didn't happen. So I like that, man. God willing, like Dre said, when they start a little too young acting, kind of fizzle out, but we'll see. You know what I mean? But step one, he got his they got his money worth. They got their money worth from him in this show, man. So a lot of great things. So what else is going on? What else is going on?
Well, talking
Uh
about
what
killers.
else you watching?
Talking about killers. I just watched Gone Girls on Netflix, which documents the Gilgo Beach killer in Long Island.
Yes. Yes.
So it's a
Okay.
three episode series, a little docu series, and it just documents from the time where the first individual that got killed.
Hmm.
She's the one that pretty much called the police. Well, she wasn't the first victim, but she was the one that called the police, saying that somebody's after me, any help, any help, and that kind of like triggered the whole investigation. And it took like 10 years for them to realize, all right, this is happening. And then once they started, uh, her friends reported her missing. They started investigating. Then nothing ever happened to her. Like they couldn't find anything on her. Then years later, people started missing and missing, and then they started investigating. But it just shows you how corrupt the Suffolk County police is,
Hmm.
because they didn't want the FBI to get involved
What
They
what you
wanted to
what do
solve
you
it on
mean
their
by
own.
that?
on their own, because
They wanted to solve it.
they didn't want to
Yeah,
start
they
on their
wanted to
own. But
solve it
there
on
was a
their own.
lot of stuff that was happening within the precinct themselves, in terms of like everyone getting promoted and doing this and not like and not people were pleading to investigate it, and they were like, no, we're not going to use the resources, because they said they didn't have enough information. And then you start to realize how everybody's paid off in the system. Like, oh, the captain is promoted
What
from this
goes
captain. It just goes
deeper
deep.
than we think?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Wow.
Well,
I did not know
I ha-
that part.
I have a
Man.
Kevin Bacon for you. The 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. So where I used to work, It was in Long Beach, and there was a lot of the patients and the clients that were there that either knew the killer, lived close to the killer, or knew the victims. So it's just like, and they would talk about it amongst themselves in the office. And when the news broke out, they was like, "Oh, did you hear about this? Oh yeah, he lived with like he was like next to my mom, and I knew his mother and this." And I was like, I'm like, what?
He
I was
used to ride
like,
the train too.
no Long Island Railroad.
Yeah, he used to ride along on the railroad.
Yep.
And in the series, they have pictures of him on the train,
Crazy,
in the seats and everything. Like,
crazy.
and the guy, he was an architect. He had an office in the city. He was a 6'8" monster. He's like 300 and something pounds. So they
You sure
call
that
him the
motherfucker wasn't a wrestler?
they call him the 6'8" ogre.
The
Wow.
ogre. Wow.
Ogre. Because he wasn't attractive. He wasn't an attractive looking man.
Did
Yeah,
he?
but
He didn't
that
have kids either.
Yeah, he was married. He had
Married,
a
kids, and a wife.
stepson
Still
and a stepdaughter. He had a daughter and a stepson.
okay.
crazy,
And
crazy.
you know what?
But then
And
towards the end, they
mhm.
found like I think they found more than 10 bodies, but this was like in the last between I think 2010 to 2023. They found it was only 6 bodies, but then they went back and they
Mhm.
found more. But now in the documentary, they think that he had his first victim at 29 years old. So it's like back in the 80s,
Wow.
and then this goes back
What?
to me.
Uh-huh.
No, go ahead. What you gonna say?
Now, why are they guessing that though? They're
Uh,
guessing that he had his first victim at 29.
Because they found DNA on one of the victims that would happen like when he was at that age. They found his DNA because during that time,
Oh, okay.
during the 80s all the way to now, they didn't have the technology for the
Okay.
DNA sequencing. And then now, as the
So
time
they knew.
progressed, now we have that technology. Then it started going
Mhm.
back in the system and analyzing all these fibers and hairs, and they found it because originally they blamed somebody else for that murder that happened in 80 something. But next you know,
Mhm.
they realizing when they analyzed the DNA, it was linked to him.
Mhm.
It's
Damn.
crazy. It's crazy.
Well, that person probably. I don't know when they're gonna let him go or let him loose.
Yeah.
Nice little lawsuit coming up. Congratulations. Even though he lost years, what, almost 3 decades of his life.
Yeah, but
Oh,
I don't think he probably was guilty for something else, but he probably didn't do that particular crime.
nah,
That's
but
I think yeah,
that's not how the system should work, though.
that's true. That's
That's not
true.
how the system should be like. Well, did you do this one? If anything, tell us.
Right, right.
Yeah,
No, but yeah, but
but you didn't
they
do this
didn't
one. No, I
charge
didn't
him.
do that.
Right, for when he got tried last what I think 2023, 2024.
Mhm.
Right now he's in trial right now. They're
Okay.
only charging him for for 6 of the murders that were um found, like that the
Mhm.
actual identities were found, but there's other like
Mhm.
4 more plus more bodies, but they're not linking to him right now.
Oh, okay.
So they're only charging
Yeah.
him with the 6 murders.
Okay. So
Only 6. But there's like
when it's
dozens of bodies that they found along the whole Long Beach area, like the whole Gilgo Beach, Oak Beach, whatever it's called, like
Gilgo Beach by that
yeah,
area. It's very
by the
abandoned.
marshes.
Yeah.
And who knows? Maybe some of them are like he probably disposed of them. And this guy was like,
Mhm.
he wasn't just killing them; he was dismembering them, wrapping them up in burlap, and throwing them into the marsh.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's just wild, yo. Like he had to do it consecutive times, serial killer. But it's like, what's going through his minds? I mean, we watch the movies of this stuff, and sometimes when you think, like, I wonder if they're just really making this up. Nah, you're kind of getting it from somewhere. You know what I
right.
mean? You're
For
kind of
me,
probably
this
from
goes back
usually
to
a
the show
novel,
My
but
Hunters. This goes back
right,
to My
right. I
Hunters.
remember that.
Like the
Mind
now they
hunters, yeah,
want to learn more from a serial killer. What's running in his
right.
mind? Was he neglected at home? Was
Hmm.
it like trauma or anything? So some of them just didn't have any father figures. Some of them had both parents involved. They just did it anyway. Some of them,
Hmm.
but this reminds me of like Jeffrey Dahmer, like the whole Jeffrey Dahmer show on Netflix.
Hmm.
That
Hmm.
series was great because now it documented how he started killing. He started off with animals,
Right.
killing cats in the neighborhood, cats, killing dogs, and then squirrels, and upgrading to humans. Like, and who knows? Maybe in this case, that guy Rex probably did the same thing. His name is Rex Human.
Mm.
No,
Yeah,
that 29.
more than
No.
likely. Yeah, more than
And
likely.
he was a known. He lived in the same house that he grew up in. The house looks it looks hideous, and then the whole block is crazy.
Jeez. And
Yeah, but
that's
otherwise,
why
it's a good show. It's a good series.
okay, and that's why I mentioned and I asked you guys if you saw the movie Mr. Brooks, starring Kevin Costner. It came out in 2007. It's a psycho thriller. Same situation, but well-respected businessman. It says well-respected businessman, sometimes controlled by his murder and mayhem, loving alter ego. You know, uh, hence, bipolar, I guess. When you say alter ego, right?
Yeah.
So it's like dude could manage a business with no problem, family, kids, wife, all his friends know him for years, but yet he has time somewhere to do what he does. It's similar to the movie.
You make the time.
What he does and
You just make time. Yeah.
kill people, wrap them up, and then do this and do that. Like, yo, fam, how much time do you have?
He has a lot of free time.
Like, yo, no, that's scary, yo. That's scary. But yeah, Dre, I don't know, man. You love watching these type of movies.
I know I should.
I love watching
Documentaries,
Psycho
man.
Brothers.
I don't like watching it. I understand it though, but I don't like watching it. Golly, it's just a lot to consume, I stopped watching what's that show called? Jeffrey Dahmer. Episode 1, I stopped. I said, "Oh hell no, I'm good." I was like, "What the f?" Like, nah, this is nah. Let's move. Let's move forward. When I saw that joint,
No.
And you know what's crazy about that? It was just the way the cops walked in the crib, and then they like looked and they said, "Yo, what? Like, yo, grab this dude, yo. What is going on here?" Nah, too much, yo. But that's what's up, though. I'm glad. We're glad they caught him a couple years back, and he's on trial. God bless those souls, man. Right now, I am currently watching. So I always tell you guys that I'm waiting for my shows to finish. So I got the FBI Wanted, all of that good stuff. But right now, I'm watching Will Trent.
Trent.
Similar to FBI. It's a real cool show. It's all about he's an Atlanta GBI detective, super razor sharp. Had childhood trauma, kind of haunts him, but at the same time, he's just getting it done. Figuring out, who's committing these murders and etc. Just another cop show. I don't know if I ever told you guys, I'm just intrigued with cop shows, y'all. I have no idea. Maybe in the past life I was a detective or something.
Maybe.
Because
Maybe.
I'm telling you, I think I've knocked almost all of them out, since I was young, since the early '90s, and I just love cop shows, and it's just another great one. It's on season 3 now. Season 1, they was giving it like little ratings right around like 5, and then now it blossomed to like 7.8. It just said, boom, we're real good cast. So when you excuse me, feel like it's a Monday. Whenever you get a chance, try to check it out. I don't know why. I don't know if the weather changed for 2 days in a row when it's brick. I don't know what's going on there. It's supposed to be
the weather don't know how to act right.
The weather went and walked away. You know what I mean? But yeah. So say that again. Say that again, Jay. Dre.
The last one named like Trent something, like Will Trent.
Yes. Well, so it's Will
You
Trent.
Stupid.
No, I'm talking about the journalist from Ted Lasso. Isn't his name like Will Trent?
Oh, you said Ted Lasso. You know what? I have no idea.
I feel like it is.
It's like Trent something,
Really?
like Will Trent from the Observer, whatever it's called.
Oh my god, these things keep reminding you, keep triggering you. These shows.
No, it's Roy. Hold on. I gotta look it up now because I'm really. Let me see. I'm ready here.
We're all Ted Lasso fans here, right?
No, it's Trent. Yeah, absolutely. Trent Krim. His name is Trent Krim.
That's so funny.
Trent Krim.
That's hilarious. So funny.
Ted Lasso, quick sidebar. That should have went to like 8 seasons, man. They should
Yeah,
have.
yeah. But I think the
I
next
hate when
one's
they
the last
stop.
season, right? Yeah.
No, it's coming back.
Yeah.
There's one more season.
Yeah, one
Oh,
with the, yeah. They announced it. They have a trailer.
oh, they
They
are
have a
gonna
trailer
do
for
it.
Yeah,
it.
they show like the logo. Ted Lasso season 4.
Yes. But I think that's
Yes.
going to be the official last one, though.
I think it's gonna follow
Okay.
women's soccer.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Okay. Whatever works though.
Yeah,
You know what I
it needs
mean?
to come back.
Because I know superstars like that, man, they got so much on their plate. So I get it. You ain't gonna bother these dudes forever to be like, hey, nah, just do 7 seasons. Stop playing games, you know? You know? But yeah, so but yeah, that's what I'm watching right now. I did watch Devil May Cry. Got that out the way. But I know we'll talk about that all together, you know, on an animation type series. I mean, excuse me, an animation episode. So we'll dig into that all in due time later on. Jay's not here, aka Uncut Gems. So I got his list here. Final Destination. Oh no, excuse me. I'm sorry. Today's such a Monday. Today's Wednesday. Today's gonna happen today. It's like you know there's no more
Why
retrograde.
do we keep blaming?
There's no retrograde. Mercury's gone, and for some reason it's still like oh my god. Okay, we're good, and we're live, right? We're
Yes,
live.
we're live.
We're live. So shout out to
Are
Party
we
Jay.
crashing?
Shout
Are
out to
we
Party Jay.
crashing?
And no shout out to Party Jay because he's supposed to be here. It's supposed to be 4 of them. You know, hey Jay, since you're not here, we can talk about you. You ruined us.
Yo,
definitely ruined us.
you know what he could do? We could just put him on FaceTime, bro. Just have him just do it on the phone.
I told him to use his
Hey,
phone, but
I think he
"Nah,
told
I'm
him.
good." He got
Yeah.
mad. He's like, "I'm done."
He got mad.
He's like, "I'm done."
He said,
This is annoying.
no, because you know Jay, he want to hold the mic in his hand, be like, "Yo, you know, man."
Yeah.
He's
I
like,
thought
"I
Jay
need
was
to
gonna
fix
start
this. I
rhyming.
need to fix this."
I thought he was gonna start rapping when he had the mic in his hand. I thought, oh, he about to spit some bars. Oh man,
Yeah,
but
I can't.
yeah. So those are so for me, I don't know about y'all. Those were the main ones. So I got my regulars, like I said. But that was the main one I've been really watching. I kind of make them double up real quick, 2-3 episodes, and then watch them straight through. So that's what's going on with me. Of course we got the other regulars, Abbott Elementary, smash hit. Chicago PD, smash hit. Still watching that.
Cop show.
Cop show. Addicted to those cop shows, man. I'm telling you, in my past life, I was a cop and I was great at it. I mean, now I was, y'all. I really, I was fantastic. I was over here like, you see my dreams. I'll be laughing like, God, yeah,
yes, we got him. One for the
high
team.
five, right?
One for the team. One for
I
the team.
can't with y'all. I can't with y'all.
For real. So, before we move on, anything else, y'all? Anything else y'all watching? Anything that caught your eye within the past 6 days?
Pretty much the same thing you're watching.
Yeah,
Daredevil.
I gotta catch up on The Pit. I'm like
The
3
Pit.
episodes behind, but
Heard great things about that show. Wow.
I gotta catch up.
Ooh, heard great things about that show. So yeah, so let's do this, y'all. So let's move forward. Right now, we want to talk about trailers. Another trailer episode. Before we get to the meat of the order, we want to talk about what I can't wait to see. But let's start with ladies first. Steph, what movie are you currently like? You can't wait to just get there to the theater.
Well, I mean, I know my son asked me to go watch the Minecraft movie, but we are trying to figure out what to see. But he's like, "Oh, I want to go see the Minecraft movie," and I was like, "Yo, we're gonna wait on Tuesday, but we'll see."
Okay.
But yeah, but I think for today, I think we're gonna do oh my god, what was the new one that's supposed to come out? I totally forgot. I
Brain
totally
freeze.
forgot.
Case of the Mondays.
Case of the Mondays.
Case of the Wednesdays.
Yeah,
The Mondays.
yeah. Here we go.
Okay.
But I think if we could try to go see the Minecraft, the kids are on spring break next week. Maybe we could
Oh.
put some time in to go see that. I have an exam tomorrow, so I'm trying to like
Good luck.
catch up on my work and stuff like that.
Okay.
So we'll see. We'll see what the schedule dictates for the remaining of the week. So
Okay.
yeah, for sure.
All right. When you get a chance to see that, let us know what's going on, please, because I've heard so many things about this movie uproar, and all of that. It's ridiculous, ridiculous. So, all right. So let us know. Keep us posted. All right. So
Absolutely.
now we're here. We're definitely here. I'm focused up. We needed to talk about this show probably a long time ago, but at the same time, it's so damn good. People are still talking about it. I remember Dre, you popped up and you posted that season 2 already started.
Yeah,
Started filming
yeah. When I
already.
sent it to the group chat.
So if you
Was it
guys don't
was
know what I'm
what's
talking,
his name? Sterling, the actor.
yeah, yep, Mr. Sterling. So we talking about Paradise. If you guys don't know, like that's a show they just got right to it. They just said, look, Sterling K. Brown said, yeah, I'm call sheet number 1. It's time, you know. And yes, I say that proudly. He's call sheet number 1. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's
Absolutely.
go.
You know, it's so
Love that.
funny
Love that.
with Paradise. That was the same director that was for This Is Us, the creator, Dan Fogelman.
Mhm.
So when they
Okay.
teamed up, it was just like it was meant to happen. Like it was just chemistry from the get, and you can see like just the creativity, the storyline, and just trying to understand like it hooked you in. Like in the first
Mm,
episode, we were like, "Oh
mhm.
shit, it's about to go down."
Right. Right.
So I
I
think in
mean,
each episode,
mhm.
it just kept on making you want more. You know what I'm saying? And there was so many different plot twists, and there were so many different things that were turning, and you were like, "Oh, I didn't know that this was it. I didn't know that was happening." And so just having that storyline, I think we knocked it out as fast as we could, though.
Yeah, we did.
And I'm so glad
So
that
you
we
didn't.
waited, because then we didn't have to wait to watch the whole thing in the series completely. So we didn't have to wait, and it's on Hulu.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot of questions that I think we just make up around on our own, you know. So let's tap in, right? If anything, it's mind blowing that there's some people who are really that wealthy. Sometimes there's a point where you be like, yo, you got too much money, yo.
That
Like
you
you
don't know
got
what
too
to
much
do with
money,
yourself.
right? Or you got a lot of time on your hand with a lot of money at the same damn time. That doesn't happen too often.
I just don't know
I
how's
don't even
that a
know how it
problem.
does.
I wanna
It's
I
not a
wanna have that problem.
uh right. I wouldn't mind
First
that
world
problem to a
problem.
degree, unless you become evil and sinister, you
Right.
know.
You don't wanna do that.
So yeah, so at the end of the day, like they're like living in a cave, living in the mountains.
Mhm.
You know, Sinatra, played by Julianne Nicholson, like she's so rich. She said, "Yo, I know we're gonna have a problem holding due time. I got the money, and I got the money, and I got the money.
Right.
I need you to do this." Like,
Emphasize,
why?
I got the
Right.
money.
And I got the money.
I got the
Like,
money.
why? Like, it's like, well, what was going on? Don't worry about that. I need you to build a whole nother Earth,
Yo.
like a mini Earth, if you can, in here, so people
But
can
first,
live.
we got to talk about the whole premise of the show.
Okay, let's go backwards. Let's
Yeah.
go backwards. So break it down, Dre. The
The
premise.
premise of the show is there's a scientist who says we're going to have a catastrophic event within 10 years.
Mhm.
And then turns out it was happening a lot faster than we intended. And at the
Mhm.
same time, there was this rich person who created what she created. She was the founder of what? Some type of software or something?
So she was the head of
Like a bio.
like a bio software company, and she sold it.
She sold
So
that. She became a billionaire.
she made her
She
billions,
made
her
her money.
millions.
She made her money.
She
Mhm.
made her money.
So she was the one that was funding, along with other billionaires, to create this underground city. In an
Mm.
event that something catastrophic happens, with it could be world war, natural, anything. So at least by the time comes that the select few that were there, they would just go straight to that bunker
Yeah.
and pretty
See, you
much,
said select few, and that shit got me bothered already.
because it
Right.
was, you had to pay for your ticket.
That shit got
Right.
me bothered. It's either you
It
had
was
to know
like,
somebody or you had money.
And this is the same thing that happened in what's the movie Day After Tomorrow.
Hmm.
when they had
Yeah.
when they had to go into the mountains. Everybody that was rich and had a ticket had to go straight to I think they call it Noah's Ark during that time. So
Right.
it's this is kind of similar to this.
Yep.
But this was like they
Like
recreated a whole 250 miles worth of town underneath underneath Colorado.
Right, to kind of simulate how it
Simulate,
would look like
yeah,
above ground.
above ground.
No. Mm-mm.
that's yo. That's wild, yo. That's insanely wild, yo. Like to think all this time they're living in a place where everybody's pretty much the same. Like so when you're thinking about it, there's nobody's broke, you know, because they had to make it to a degree where they say, well, we're not worried about poverty. You know, we're all going through the same thing, the same situation, the same exact way. You know, after that, everything else is up to you on what you put in your mind, what do you read, because they still had a library. They still bought things there to say, this is still similar to home, you know. But at the
Yep.
same time, it's not by a long shot. You know, some people still going through it because I believe it's only been what 3 months since the disaster,
No,
3 to 4 months or
a
something like
year.
that.
I think no. Was it a year?
Or is it a full year already?
I think it's a
Yeah, I
full
think
year.
it's been a full year
Full year.
already.
Yeah.
Okay, so a full year. I thought somebody mentioned like 3 to 4 months still, and but like still a year, and people are just not happy, you know. And what makes me crazy thinking about that is the fact that you're trying to do your best to get people in safe haven, right? But before while everything is happening, other countries are kind of fighting each other. Like, well, you know what, man, blast that missile real quick, and it's like, wait, what,
Yeah, because they know
dude?
that
Why?
it's going to be a fight for famine. Because then everybody's
My
going to be fighting for resources. All right, the
right.
whole world's in chaos. Everything is going down. We need to take as much as we can to survive.
Mm,
Mm-mm-mm.
It's crazy.
that's
And
crazy.
it really wasn't explained until the second to last episode, where it kind of shows like how your humanity is tested. And I think the president felt like, if I don't tell these people the truth, I'm
Mm,
not going to be able to live with myself.
Because he realized
right.
everything was rigged. The whole
He knew it
his
was rigged from the
presidency,
get.
yeah, him becoming
Yeah.
president was rigged. Everything.
He knew.
It didn't matter how sharp he was, because he was a sharp dude. He was still sharp. Know how to talk. Good looking guy. You know how they
James
usually say,
Marsden.
some of the presidents. Say that again.
James Marsden.
Right. You
He,
know.
he ain't bad on the eyes.
You know how they say, usually those presidents who are good looking guys, they usually get picked for presidency. You know, and it usually happens from
Yeah, okay.
JFK. That's what I'm saying.
No, but in
Usually,
this case, he
usually.
was. In this case, he was because he
Right.
wanted to quit college and go for something else. I forgot what he wanted to do. And his
Yeah, but
father was
his
No,
like,
he
"No."
wanted
daddy
to
got
become
him
a
his
teacher.
job.
Yeah, his daddy was like, "No,
Yeah.
you're gonna
Uh-huh.
do this. You're gonna get into the White House, and
That's
this."
it.
So everything was
He
already
wanted to
That's
become a
planned.
teacher.
daddy told you to do that, bro. He
Yeah,
didn't get out.
he wanted to become a teacher like his mom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He just want to teach high school. His
Yeah.
dad looked at him like, "Yo, fam, what? I did all of this just you want to teach high school?
Yeah.
Nah,
It
nah.
is a
This
great profession, but it's not for everybody.
no teaching is not for everybody. Respect teachers, yo.
Yeah, respect the
100%.
teachers. Yeah.
You know,
100%.
but yeah, still, it's he, like you said, his humanity was tested, and it was like he watched the guy who was cleaning the White House. Everybody's in panic mode. You know, this somewhat elderly man is just like, yeah, I've been doing this for 40 years.
I've
But
seen
he's
it all. He's like, "I've seen it
like,
all."
it's
Yeah, but
cool.
when you
Like,
don't know, you don't know.
yeah, we'll
Right,
You
figure it out.
panic
and
if
that's
you don't
what,
know.
and that's the point where, like, when he realized that what we're doing in America is corrupt. He's like, "You're basically making me tell the United States that don't worry, it's gonna be okay, it's gonna be calm," and then boom, tsunami hits. 300-foot
Right.
tsunami comes and wiping out
That's
fucking
the
the whole
T.
half of the East Coast.
300-foot tsunami.
Yeah,
That's the
But
T right there. Mm-mm.
that's it.
right, and that's exactly how
Like,
it happened. They thought it was gonna be 10 years from now. Then that's exactly what triggered it was a volcanic eruption somewhere in Asia, and then created a tsunami, 300-foot waves, knocking out
mm,
pretty much Australia,
mm,
Antarctica.
mm.
It's just crazy.
It was crazy.
whatever whatever was closest to him got rocked. It was
And
immediate.
any coastal cities got done. We're done.
Yeah.
Right, right. So that's why we're here with, even though they Sinatra built the whole
Yeah,
entire
the bunker.
home for like,
It was
the,
supposed to be a paradise, but it's very far from
right,
it.
right, right.
Hence.
No, we don't know how. Yeah, we don't know how many people's there. We don't know if it's a couple of 100,000 who made it.
Oh,
We don't
I
know if
think
it's
they
thirty
always
thousand who made it.
emphasize this, and they always said 25,000. You're part of
Okay,
the
was it 25,000?
25,000 lucky people that got to get here and
Oh,
live
okay.
here, and la la la
Wow.
la. So I was like, damn, lady, like that you have that type of pull and that type of power to tell
Right.
people whether or not that I give you the opportunity to live
Yep.
or
And
not.
they were hand selected too. They all
Yeah.
went through a psych evaluation just to get
Hmm.
picked.
Mhm,
Everybody's
Think
on
about it. A Secret
surveillance.
Service is not a millionaire.
mhm.
Mm-mm.
Right.
But he got
Right. But
selected because he was the president's, right hand man. Like
right. A few of them had to. You
yeah,
you needed muscle.
Mhm.
You needed
of
muscle.
course.
There's no way you go and say, nah, leave the UFC guys there. Like, nah,
Yeah,
we
I'm
need
good.
a few of them just
Yeah.
in case they want to try to kill me
Yep.
down here, in the mountains, and
Yeah, yeah,
say
yeah,
it's
yeah.
your fault. And it's funny, they got that it's my fault, it's his fault situation. Like, fam, what did you want me to do with the tsunami?
Right.
You know, what else could I have done?
Yeah.
You
There's
know,
nothing if
you
nothing to
know,
prevent. There's a natural disaster.
yeah.
You know?
And
And
he
the,
decided
the
to tell
only
the truth.
Yeah.
yeah, the
And
He had
only
no choice.
thing that yeah, yeah. Go ahead, Steph.
no, I was just thinking like if he didn't tell the truth, would have it changed anything? You know what I mean?
Mm,
And
good
those are the
question.
questions like these are the questions like I have in the back of my mind like what are some of the implications of the underground existence? Like that was
Mhm,
like what would be the meaning of having this existing so
mhm.
that the billionaires can have a safe space, a safe haven so that they can survive to do what?
To do
Nothing else.
Chill,
What is there to
hang
rule?
and chill all day.
Hang and chill. I
exactly,
mean, hey,
And live another day.
exactly. That's all you're doing. You just want to live to live. Like, this possibility, there's no excitement no more. I don't think there are sports. I don't know if there's playing. They had a football team with 25,000 people. To have, like, we got good 8 teams here, and the kids go to high school.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, kids go to school, but it was just a lot.
Survival.
It's
It's
literal
literally
survival. Like,
survival.
it's right. It's the smoothest survival as possible. Like, just smoothly survive here. You know what I
Basically.
mean? But the crazy part is, well, so there's so many crazy things. Like, my question was, what if they told them about this 6 months in advance, right? From the time you found out, what if you said, you know what? Tell them now. What
Hmm.
would be the outcome? Would
Right.
be mass hysteria, or would they have time to build like go into like 4 or 5 mountains and create more homes? And then instead of 25,000, we got over 1 million people safe and sound moving forward.
It's hard.
It's a lot
It's
to
hard.
go on.
It's it's almost saying like how would you feel if you're not being told that the end of the world is coming? Like how would you feel? Like how would you prepare? Would you live your
Right.
life, for the best that it is? Would you like, fuck it, I'm gonna live it live my life, or are you going to do things differently? Are you gonna
Yeah.
spend time with your family? Are you gonna spend your money? Are you gonna do things frivolously? Are you gonna like it's hard. It's hard to kind of see like what would you plan if you were given enough time.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we also got to remember that, right? Or the 25,000, they were told that all the other countries were gonna go to nuclear warfare to prevent everybody from stealing resources. So, to the last of their knowledge, they think that is a nuclear wasteland up above.
Right. Right. Of course. That's why
You
they
know,
can't go above.
they can't
Right.
go above.
But
Or
of
so they
course, the
think.
president.
Or so they
Right. So they
think they
think.
can't go above.
Yeah, but you know
Right.
how this whole thing's twisted and lying and people surveying and I think the twist with the attempted assassination on the president the first time was
Mhm,
just an indication like, yo, the lengths that people will
mhm.
go just to tell the truth. And I'm
Right.
like, that's crazy.
Makes you
Right.
wonder too, right?
Makes you wonder. Like, why hide it in the first place? Right? Who are you
Yeah.
protecting?
Hmm.
How you're protecting the American people for what? What are
Hmm.
you doing?
Yeah. Like this. Yo, it's just amazing to me how that same dude still got to him. that was amazing to me. The librarian, he still said, "Yo, I have to finish this."
I have to
Like,
finish my job.
like, and you know, it's just crazy for them to keep thinking it's his fault. Like no, like because like you said, either way, the situation is gonna be the situation. Like I
Yeah.
wish there's another way to finagle it, but like I said, if he did it 6 months in advance, at that moment when he found out, should he say it right now, like a
Yeah.
day later, press conference? Yo, the world's about to end.
Yeah.
So this is what we're gonna do, and people gonna be like, "What are you talking
What are
about?"
you talking about? Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, so it would be what 3 months later? Like, so nothing's happened. Like, I
Yeah.
thought this dude said something about the yo, stop talking. Like, matter of fact, yo, when we gonna vote?
Yeah,
Let's get him
exactly.
out of
Let's
here.
get you out of
You
office
crazy?
because you're just not making any sense right now.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of it goes into morality. We talk about, it's just so many different factors that come into play. And I think the show really highlighted through great acting and through the great storyline and great storytelling that we are still human to the core, but we can behave like animals when we are put in the corner. It's just
In a
like
split second.
split second.
In a split second. Like
Yeah.
some people were just like going crazy. Like,
Yeah.
well, if that's the case, I'm gonna just kill this guy I wanted to kill because I hated this guy, right? Or I'm just gonna break in and go get a TV. I always wanted to watch TV on 90-inch screen real quick
Yeah.
because
Be
it
like,
doesn't matter anymore.
whatever. I'm
You
not living
know?
tomorrow. So
Right.
whatever.
It's like no belief. Like, oh damn, this dude don't believe in nothing. Or
Yeah.
this lady don't believe in nothing. Yeah, that's mass hysteria.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So you either
But man,
cause mass hysteria or you lie. And he
right.
couldn't do both. he's
No,
like he's like a rock in a hard place.
no. And that's where your beliefs come in, right?
Yeah.
That's when you believe your religion or your spiritual. That's when it's like,
Yeah.
yo,
That's when you gotta dig deep. Like,
like dig super deep. Like, look,
you gotta dig
what
deep.
am I going to do now
Yeah.
for the next 2 days? Like, or the next 3 days?
Yeah.
Because you've seen it on the news and you're just like, oh, it's coming this way. Oh, great
Okay.
already.
Right.
It's like, yo, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel like the president did what he needed to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
I honestly, I wish I was his I was protecting him, right? We
Well,
get
which one?
okay.
Because the other one got
Huh?
shot.
Well, unfortunately, right,
The other one got shot. He's like, "Oh, you can't come." The fuck
right,
I can't. What you mean?
right, right. That was crazy.
I was like,
That
"The
was
fuck?
crazy.
I'm protecting the president. You saying I can't come? Oh, you're not on the
Right.
list. The fuck you mean I'm not on the list? What?
I would have been like, oh no, I'm good, yeah. Single, parents not here no more. We good. I'm good. I'm gonna rock with y'all. Like I'm gonna protect him because he's our guy.
Great.
Nah, you good. You can't
Nah,
even
you
come on.
good. Nah, you
Nah,
can't come.
nah.
Bah!
But if
Headshot to the
anything,
cerebellum.
but if anything, do your best here.
What?
Do my
That's
best for
that,
you. Like
but
just do your best.
that's how Paradise does it. It takes
Right.
these really momentous like
Mhm,
these
mhm.
moments and you're like, I know
Yeah,
that just that happened. And it just
yeah.
it in every episode it gets you cliffhanger after cliffhanger. And it's gonna be a headbanger. I hope that they
I think
continue with
so.
the story. I hope that they find that he's able to find his wife. I hope there's some closure at some point. But with every show, we want like 8 seasons, 12 seasons, it's not feasible. But I
Right.
felt like this was just so intelligently well done. It was such a great story. And it had me
Mhm.
hooked from the get.
Well, what
But
I just don't want to happen, right? So we're talking about Xavier Collins, who Sterling K. Brown. A lot of people don't know plays Xavier Collins on the show, and he's going to save his wife now, right? He's at the point where he fought the system, basically. Let's put it like that. He fought the system, and the system choked. And they said, "Yo, he got us. Yo, one dude got us." And now he's going to find his wife because he found out. Well, hold on, the president didn't blow up the nukes, so that means there's no. The only catastrophe was the tsunami. That was it
uh,
for the most part. So
for the
some
most part,
people
yeah.
survived. Yeah, people survived. It's not like a volcano just wiped the entire earth and said, "Oh, yeah, we're done." So people survived. And he's like, "Oh shoot, my wife's still alive." And Sinatra, yo, Yo, man, she plays that part so well. She's devious, yo.
She
But
had me
for her to
convinced. I
say
was
that,
mad.
yeah, for her to say that,
I was
and
mad.
your wife's still alive, I know he was like, yo.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I thought he was gonna cold cock her. I thought he was gonna be like, yo, stop playing with me, yo.
Yeah.
But wow.
Psychopath, that one.
Yeah, no, really.
Psychopath.
Really.
But
You
you
know?
you love to hate her character because that's
She's
just what she
fantastic.
does. This is what people do when they got money. Don't know how to act right.
Mhm. Oh, I thought you talking about that. Don't say that, man, because we got money. We got
I'm
money.
just saying. It's like 50-50. Like 50% of people that have a great deal amount of money want to be philanthropists and want to do help, do good in the world. That you got your other 50% motherfuckers just want to act out.
You
Well,
think
she
it's
did want to do good.
They
50
like, motherfucker,
even?
I do what I want because I got money. Like,
Well, Sinatra wanted to do
Mhm.
good, put the money to use.
She
yeah,
thought she was doing good, right?
he
I mean,
thought
she
she was
was
doing good.
technically doing good,
Yeah,
but it made her into a villain
yeah.
because of the power.
Of the power. Yeah, yeah,
Like, yo, lady, you have too much power. You got more power than the president.
yeah,
This is not good.
yeah.
You know what I
It's
mean?
crazy.
Like, yeah. And you see her security.
Yeah, but it's not crazy. It Control is where the money is, my man.
Mm,
Money. The,
mm.
the, the, I
Till,
mean,
till,
does it okay? So does the
till it's
current
not.
climate that we're in right now, right? When it comes to the
Mhm,
economy and our president, how do
mhm.
you think he would be able to handle a type of situation like this? Would he want to save as many people? Would he want to kind of like? It's hard to find
Well,
the answer for that.
I see it
Trump
like
will
this.
probably stop.
This is how I see it.
Mhm,
Either you tell the truth and you create chaos,
mhm,
or you don't say anything and just let
mhm.
everything just happen.
Act like it's a surprise, like everybody else. Like, "Shh,
Exactly.
oh shoot, what is happening?
Yeah.
Get the car."
Get
Oh
Air
man,
Force One ready for it.
right?
But he
Search ready
chose the
gas.
conscious decision
Yeah,
to tell people.
yeah, right.
If people should know.
Yeah, it's like you notice we always go back to that part. Like, what
Yep.
would you do?
Yep.
You
Yeah.
know,
What
it's
would
not
you
The
do?
easy.
moral compass. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I like the fact that his wife is still alive. That's
yeah,
one. 'Cause this dude is like he's going through it and he's doing his job. Within the year they're there, he's doing his job regularly.
yeah,
Like it's nothing. Like still
yeah,
suit up, still work out, take
yeah.
care of the kids. Like it's nothing.
You
But
you have
back
to
of his
keep some
mind, it's
routine
like
to keep your sanity. That's how I see
right
it. You
that
need to
part.
have some routine and whatever
Mhm.
to do to get you through the day, whether
Mhm.
you're in the mountains or out here living.
It's funny, like, I think was it the first week that they were down there? They went to the bar with the president, and they went in there to clear the bar,
Yeah,
and the guy's like, "Yeah, what are you guys doing? We're the only ones here. He's like, we're just doing our job."
So funny. It's so
like
funny. You
well,
can't break a
like
habit.
well, right. I'm a
Yeah,
mixologist.
he's like,
This
"Oh,
is
it's
the only
clear,
thing I know.
clear, it's clear."
Like, shut your face, man.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So my question is too. I got a question. Why do you think Sinatra said like when he told old boy the dude who's protecting the president? Why do you think he said Billy? Why do you think he told Billy like yo nobody else comes back yo? Like it doesn't matter if they're
To
alive.
maintain her power. To
No,
maintain.
not to maintain the power, because then now if people start finding out where it is, you're gonna have more than one person coming.
So you think it's too many people gonna come in the mountain?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Mm,
but how is that not in power? Because now if you have these people that are coming for your resources, you have to
It's not.
maintain some kind of order. So it's best to not have
Yeah,
anybody
but
come from outside.
it's not just that. Is it because remember everybody down there thinks that there was a nuclear war.
Right.
right, that
So
part.
now if you bring an
Right.
outsider in, now everything that she
You look like
built,
a liar.
yeah, now everything that she built goes built for nothing because now everybody's gonna want to go back up. You're telling me it's safe to go up there. You have survivors, and then we need to go up. My loved ones are still out there. Not everybody can
Right.
come in.
Yeah.
And it's not on her, it's on him. Remember, it's on him because he could have made it a nuclear thing, but he decided to destroy all the bomb, well, majority. I think
Majority. Yeah, 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 yeah.
one or two of them blew up. I
Yeah,
forgot
yeah,
where.
yeah.
Where in the countries it blew up, but majority, right? And they're like, "Yo, who is this lady here? Like, I've never seen out of the 25,000 people. It's my first time meeting you. Why?"
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, because you probably bumped into 25,000 people easily down there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So yeah. Nah, that's a lot to digest, yo. So real quick, season 2 predictions. What are you thinking? Steph,
So my
what do you think
prediction
is gonna happen?
is his wife is gonna be alive and she's probably gonna be a badass because I could get that sense from her that she's a survivalist and like she's gonna be trying to gather her resources, trying to get her thoughts. And I think that she's going to be a key player in next season for sure. She might be
Okay.
a troublemaker when she come back too, because the husband gonna bring her
Mm,
back to the mountain, and then the kids are gonna
Yeah,
see
but
her, and they're gonna see their mom. It's gonna be a great reunion. So that's
remember, she was one of the few that knew about the bunker in
yeah,
Colorado. So she probably told a
right.
lot of people. She probably has like a whole army of them trying to find this
Absolutely.
location in fucking Colorado.
yeah.
This bunker.
Because
Absolutely.
she's trying to find her kids and
Yeah.
she's trying to find her husband. It's like, yo, I know where it exists. I know where we're going. Let's go find this.
I have a feeling
Mm.
it's more than one bunker out there.
That's what I'm thinking.
I'm thinking it's like Fallout.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be like Fallout. You got different bunkers,
Right.
different
Mm,
underground cities
I didn't even
everywhere.
think about that.
You can't just
No,
have one.
yeah, I was
25,000.
just
That's you have like
yeah.
over like
What do you
40
mean?
million
What do you mean you
people.
can't just have one? I mean, that shit's expensive. That shit's
Okay, but
maintenance.
how many
No,
people
but
are in the
it's true.
US?
There's other billionaires there who was aware, you know. So they
That's
probably
true.
didn't have the
Yeah.
same. They probably didn't think the same way she thought. They
Think about
said,
it.
few of them said, "Let's build ours." Like
There's
we don't have to
340
go
million
anywhere.
people in the US
Uh-huh.
Currently.
currently. And you're gonna tell me only 25,000 were selected? I'm pretty sure
Right.
there's other bunkers everywhere around the US besides
Right.
Colorado.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Ooh,
Absolutely. Like comfortably living, but at the same time not comfortably living.
Yeah.
right,
You know,
right.
because they're doing the same thing we think about when we think about other planets. I wonder what's going on out there in
Yeah,
Saturn.
'cause there's no communication between the bunkers, so they're probably thinking that, all right, everything is done, and
Mhm.
everyone has to, what other movie was that where they had to do the bunk? Was it Fallout? Was it Fallout was like that? Yeah,
It's Fallout.
yeah,
The
Fallout,
series.
where everyone was into their own little city, own little population.
Yeah.
Everybody was doing their own thing,
Their own zones.
their own zone, and then doing their own thing. So I'm pretty sure it's probably like that out there. And then you're gonna
Not
have the select
surprised.
few that want to come back and find
Yeah,
the original one, or maybe it has a lot of problems with Sinatra.
right, right.
Yeah, because
I mean,
Sinatra's a fucking troublemaker.
right. There's a
I
whole
love
bunch of
her, but she's a troublemaker.
leaders, other leaders out there right now
Other
upstairs,
than her,
and
absolutely.
you know what I mean.
But because you're close to the president of the United States, and this is the land that we're talking about, I
Or
mean,
that's probably Campground Zero.
yeah, it's probably Camp
Right.
Zero. Yeah. But
And
I
real
would
quick,
like to say, like,
uh,
the soundtrack for Paradise,
uh,
amazing. I love the
oh really?
interpretations of these old songs.
Mm,
So I was like, if you have a chance, go check out the soundtrack for Paradise. It'll keep you busy. I enjoyed it.
I gotta check that out.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
real quick, what episode in season 2? When does he find his wife? Like, I give it
If
episodes
there's
5 or
8,
6.
there's 8, right? There was 8 in this season?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe so.
Maybe 4.
4?
Maybe 4. Maybe.
That soon?
Yeah, maybe 4.
Mm, I
Because I
give it.
feel like the pace of the show was fast. Not fast, but I think it was fast for a reason, and I think it was just to
Mm,
keep up with so many different storylines that were connecting. I think he might
mm,
find her in 4.
Wasn't she like a scientist?
Yeah, she was a
yeah.
scientist. Yeah.
Mhm.
So
I
she's
don't think it was.
resourceful. I'm telling you, she's
The,
badass.
yeah,
She's
but I
badass.
like the pace of the show. The pace wasn't fast enough, to be honest.
Really?
It was perfect. Yeah, I think that's why I say we could get. We're gonna get 4 seasons out of this. We know that because the reason
Right.
I say that is one, they got to make their money. You
Right.
know,
Right.
that's called residuals. So they're gonna reach the 4 to 5 seasons.
Right.
That's definitely gonna happen. But at the end of the day, it's just right where it needs to be. You know,
Mhm.
and what I'm thinking is they're gonna have to find out, not to find out, but he's gonna see a lot of things that got created.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To do some type of ingenuity
Yeah,
before
how
electricity.
people are
And he's
living,
gonna be
surviving
like,
it.
right. He's gonna be
Yeah.
like, oh, he had to remember, right? Like we're thinking it is 2025 or whatever. Like he's like, yo, this is like, yeah, like that's genius. How did you do? Like they're
Yeah.
gonna tell him a lot of stuff that he doesn't know, but then they're gonna ask him, dude, you're coming here in a 747. Where are you coming from?
Where have you
Where have
been?
you been?
Where have you been, my dude?
Yeah.
And
So
those are
yeah,
those
we're
are the
gonna
burning questions for season 2. So, I
it's gonna
mean,
be like because they're gonna look up stuff. They're gonna look up and like
A plane.
no,
Like the plane,
taking
boss.
the
The
plane.
plane. The plane.
Yeah,
right.
that's good. That's
Or
good.
we might get surprised. They're gonna be other planes flying. They're like, oh shoot,
Right.
like
Business
some
as usual, right?
right,
Business as usual.
right.
Thriving
Still got
cities.
some
You never know.
still got some petroleum left, right, and all that good stuff to still fly out and do something before it runs out, et
Yeah.
cetera,
Maybe
et
there's
cetera.
another president out there. You know, you never know.
What other? There's not another American president.
Listen, this president went underground, so now everybody's up there. They probably like they have
Oh,
their own, a
Thinking
new leader or
a year
something. You
later,
know,
they probably needed a new leader, right?
Yeah.
Right. That's
okay.
interesting too.
That's
Wow.
interesting. That's an interesting line.
Look, let's leave
Okay,
it right there, yo. Because
I'll
this
leave it
show
at
is
that.
like, woo, 2026 is gonna be
Yeah, if you
crazy.
guys didn't have an opportunity to watch Paradise, go and watch it. Highly recommended. It will keep you
Please.
entertained.
If you guys ever seen the show 100, it reminds me of it. Really
Ain't
good.
nobody ask all that, bro.
Yo, if you like
Yeah,
the
gotta
100,
get
you'll
this.
love Paradise.
It's on CW, right? CW. Yeah. All right.
100.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I try to get
Remember
into it, then I got
on
lost,
Hulu.
and then I'm trying to get back into it just to
Okay.
make him happy. But I'm like, it's where I'm at.
Don't forget Paradise. It's definitely on Hulu. And before we wrap up, Steph, one more again before we leave, let them know where can they find us at.
Absolutely. You guys remember we are on Restream. We are here. We're going live. Next week will be on Wednesday as well. So again, you can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Threads, IG, YouTube, and you can definitely find us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Again, Threads. We're all over. If you want to be a host. You want to be a ghost and disappear? Yeah, you could do that too. We're having a case of the Mondays. That's all right. That's all right.
Case of
You
the
guys want to be a
Mondays.
host? Come on the show. You want to collaborate? You want to work with us? You want to come on, talk about shows? Come on, hit us up. Hit us on IG. Let us know.
Let's go. So,
Do
guys,
it.
thank you so much. Oh, don't forget, next week we'll be having another Wednesday special show. Do not forget.
Don't
We'll be
forget,
here
catch us on us next week, guys.
Thank you so much. This is my see. This is your boy Earn B. Shout out to Steph the Oracle.
Bye, guys.
Shout out to Dirty Dre. And I'm not gonna point no more after this. Peace.
Later, guys.
Take care, guys. Have a good night.